We were doing the do loop, no?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So do the for loop. What we have to do is we have to give a starting and ending, right? So for the variable, let us see.
Mm-hmm.
For a variable, starting and ending, both you are giving here, right? So for
Yes.
one to something. So in the do loop, of course, we will kind of give the start. It is uh, this one. I mean, sorry, end we give, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't give the start. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So do while we give. So starting is kind of assumed. Okay. So it's not a number. Also, it's a condition. It's a
Mm-hmm.
condition where it's still that condition is false, it will
Mm-hmm.
execute. So in this case, we were trying to do till it's not equal to blank, not
Mm-hmm.
equal to blank, we are doing the loop, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But one thing is we have to control the loop within this one. So we need a variable here. Okay. So
Yes.
there also we need a variable, but it is starting variable. Here it is within the loop itself. We have to. So for is auto increment, whereas do is not auto increment. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the differences between for and do loop. And we have also seen we can do the sheets and all easily, right? So we have looped
Mm-hmm.
through the sheets. The same thing we can do it here also. Okay, the loop, right? During using loop concept, we can loop through the sheets,
Correct.
correct number of sheets. So that's what we have seen yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
let this one do right loop. This is do loop actually. Just to do while this one. So
Mm-hmm.
this while condition. This while condition can be at the end of the loop also. That is just a small this one
Mm-hmm.
change. That's it. So generally people won't follow that. Just for your information, this
Mm-hmm.
while, right? So do instead of having it here, right? We can
Mm-hmm.
have sorry, that condition, whole condition has to be
Mm-hmm.
okay. This whole condition can be loop while. Yeah, it should be there this way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is also possible. This is pretty much possible. Let us see that only. We have sales, not this, no? Which file is that? This one, no?
Mm-hmm.
I think this one. F, no? Column F, correct. Yeah, this is one. So let us just execute once or twice, then we will execute completely. It's a small change, variation. Whichever you are comfortable, you can do. So do, okay, it has come inside. So it has done, right? So it's the same thing, okay? So that's it. I think we did this also. It's the same thing. That is absolutely no difference. So while it is at the end, after loop also, you can give the while condition. That's it. Okay. Any difference
Mm-hmm.
you can think of from your thinking perspective?
No, no, no much difference.
Okay, one difference I will say. Okay,
Okay.
uh, this will execute at least once.
Mm-hmm.
This loop will execute at least once because do after that it's coming inside without checking any condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, right, it will come out range of D, right? Let us do this as a blank
Mm-hmm.
and let us try to execute this. Okay, oops. It has exited, right? Exited
Mm-hmm.
that loop, right? So there is
Mm-hmm.
nothing to average. Let us execute this. See, that's the only difference. You got
Okay.
it, no? Because the
Mm-hmm.
loop condition is checked here, while condition is checked here,
Mm-hmm.
whereas while condition is checked at the beginning. So beginning
Mm-hmm.
itself, it found a blank. Here, after executing once, it's finding the blank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it will exit now actually. So
Mm-hmm.
this is why not equal to 0, right? Again, it went in. Now, 1 second. Hold on. something is, oh, okay, because it's this is not working at all, because next thing it is finding the value now. I'm incrementing now, I'm incrementing, right? But the point is it will execute at least once, okay, because this condition is here, no? Because of that it's executing at least once, okay, the second type of loop. Whereas this one will not execute at all. The condition, if it's false, it will come out. That's all. That's a difference. Okay. But I think mostly people use this only because you want to check the condition at the beginning, right? So that's why the people use this only. Okay. All right. Now there is one more variation again. So do until. Okay. So do until, like do while is there, no? So like that, do until is also there. Okay. Instead of this, okay. So here, do until this is not equal to this one. No? Let us try to execute. Let us see what happens here, right? Wait, oops, do until.
It was ambiguous name.
Name, okay.
Do until.
Okay, that is a blank. Huh? Okay, so I have changed that. No? That's why it has gone for a task. Let us bring back the data and let us run this first. Okay. So range of D, correct? And into not equal to blank you have done, correct? So this is a reverse case, that's it.
Yes.
Okay, there it was checking for the false condition. So
once it is false, it was breaking, but it will false on true.
Yeah, this is a true condition, that's it. Okay, so what we can do here, do until, I think this particular, anything you can think of?
Equal to blank?
Equal to blank, correct, exactly, reverse, no? So that is false and this is true, that's it. Okay, so till this condition becomes true, it will execute. There it is, till that condition becomes false, it's executing. Okay,
yes.
So let's end this and let us do this.
It's a reverse of
while. It's a reverse of while, that's it. I think you are able to follow, that's it.
Because until I have learned in some of the technology in the loop itself.
Yeah, this is like they have.
Normally, I don't use this one. I go for the for and while. I believe that it was in a cell scripting or somewhere the until was there.
Correct. But generally, I have seen they will have only one actually. So here, everything they are trying to bring in together, all flavors. Any language, they will have only one of the thing. Okay. So till the condition becomes true, it will execute. Okay, exit when it is true. Okay, I think you are able to follow, correct, Raju?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now there are cases. Okay, there are cases when you may want to exit in between. Okay, so you may want to, you don't want to loop everything, loop through everything. Okay, so let us say I want to, for some reason, I want to calculate only this part. Okay, I want to calculate only this part till serial number 10. Let us assume this is of 2020. So I don't want to consider 2020 at all. I just want, or this is a separate month, right? So this is of, let us say, this one, what is that? September. And this is of October. So I want to do this calculation only till this 10. Okay, serial number 10 or 10 items. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't want to perform the calculation here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you can do everywhere. Okay, irrespective of this loop, so do while or until or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, you can do everywhere. Okay. So let us remove this part, not required. We are doing that forever, right? So what you can do is you can add a if condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if condition. I think we started with 2, and when it becomes 11, we can do, or when the int serial number. Okay, that doesn't matter as long as you are able to follow the this one. I think int do has to be 11, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And if int do is equal to 11, then okay, and if exit to do will do. I think exit will also do. Exit to do will also do. I think both should do. Let us see. So what we can do is we can bring this inside. Okay, so that it is again you can bring this also inside once more, because one more loop kind of thing or decision making will do.
Mm-hmm.
This is a coding practice, of course. Okay, so let us see how it works. Let us do a breakpoint here. Okay, and let us try to remove this and stop this and run again. Okay, run again. You can do less than also, of course. That is
Mm-hmm.
just a condition, right? So, oh, okay. Okay, I am doing a breakpoint here, right? So that won't work. So, okay. Let me,
Put the breakpoint at exit 2.
yeah, that is a one way. So there is another way. Let me just bring that up. Hold on. Okay. Let us see what happens. I have given both. Okay, so now the int 2 is 11. So it is, yeah, exiting the loop. Let us see the results, what happened. See, till the 10, it has done. So the exit loop. So this way you can control the uh, loops. Okay, so this is
Mm-hmm.
applicable to any loops, not only and until you can because this is another decision kind of thing you are
Mm-hmm.
doing, right? So that's why so this is applicable to any of the loop. Let me actually I wanted to demonstrate something else, but I think this is not for a task. Let me bring that back again. One second. I did watch and one second. I did watch and into do 11. That's all I need. Okay, so watch the expression I will do. Okay, watch the expression. Okay, so there is debug. This is one of the debug tool. Okay, beautiful tool. Okay, so let us see what happens here. You can watch here. That's why it's watch. Okay, I think if you know VB, you would know this.
No, VB, I
Expression.
don't have much idea. So
Oh,
this
acha,
was.
acha, acha, acha. One second, I made some mistake. Expression I have to give, correct? One second. I don't use this much. debug and value. Actually, it will show. This is delete watch. Okay. So let me see. See, as the variable is increasing, right? So we can see that is also increasing here. This is called watch actually. Okay. So you can watch any see variables within the VBA. When it goes out of the loop, it becomes out of context, right? So variable, it is simple program, but in when it comes to practical program, right, there will be so many variables. So what you can
So
do
whatever
is
the variable we have to watch, we have to put the apply watch on that.
Correct. Whatever variable. Generally, it's applicable for variables, but you can also do something like this. Okay, so you need not do this. You can do integer variable. That's why it's called expression. Okay, expression. So I have added in times 10. Okay, so let us run this again. Okay, so now if see, it is becoming 10, 20, 30 like that. So it is an expression. You can do two variables also. Two variables. In this case, I have only one variable. Into 2, then is one more I, let us say, into 2, into I, into minus I. All those, it's an expression, mathematical operation.
Yeah, so can we try 2 that into 10 multiplied and another multiplied by 2 or the original variable? So
yeah. You can do that. 2 watches, huh? You mean? You mean 2 watch?
Yeah, 2 watch.
Okay, 2
So
watch, right?
apply.
Yeah. So debug and add watch, right? Add watch into 2 I have, correct? So what you're saying is into 2 times 2, correct? This is what it was, times 2. Okay, so I'll say this.
Okay.
So it's already coming. Okay. So dynamically it's coming because right now it is 11, I think. So 22. So once it goes out of the loop, it will go out of the context. Okay. And when it's initially, whether it's empty or 0, one of them, I think if it is
and here something, the context decision, the last one is that expression value type, and that context is one thing.
One second. That's what. See, look here now. See the initialization. This is when variables got initiated because it's an integer, right? It got initiated with 0. Okay, initialized, right? I have declared the variable. That's why, correct? So now F8, right? Now it's increasing, right? So let's add a watch point here and let us run this. So now it is out of context because it is not having any value. The memory is released now. See, as soon as
the last column, the after type, it's a context.
Oh, that context. I thought this context you're asking, right? Okay.
What is that?
Okay. That context is the decision. One second. Hold on. So this is applicable for my this loop. Practice do until loop. That is this one. Okay. And I think the context is decision if is I think here. I think I would have selected here or something. One second. Here, I think this is the context. That means I can apply to another loop also, right? I can apply to another loop, or I can apply to the module. Module is this thing. Okay, how you want to track this? That's what it is basically. So currently it is applicable to this loop. Okay. Because the variable, right? I have not taught you that. So the variables can be, this variable can be outside also. Currently this variable is applicable only within this loop. Okay. Only this is, do I have option explicit? Yeah, I do have option explicit, right? So I will not be able to, see, I am able to declare two variables, right? Integer. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I have declared two variables, one for this and one for this. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So correct. So if I use probably here plus into, correct. Let us see what does this do. Okay. Let's see what does this do. F8. I have not declared the variable. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I not declared the variable. Now I will go to the top. Control home. Okay. I can declare a variable here. I can declare a variable here. Oh, sorry. As integer. Okay. So what happens is this scope of this variable is public or it's available to all the subroutines, sub procedures. Okay.
Okay.
All the sub procedures it's available. Now the same thing, right? Plus if I want to do integer 2, now it won't throw the error. I'll close this. So I will do this. F8. See, it is not throwing error because I have declared at that point. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have declared as a global variable, you can think of. Right?
So
That's,
one thing,
ah,
if we come to the global variable, that whatever we defined in the initial, that is considered as global variable,
ah,
and its type is integer.
type is
So
integer.
value we are able to modify that we are able to access the variable. Can we change the data type of that variable locally for that particular subroutine?
No. If you want to do that, you declare as a variant. Here, variant as a variant you can do.
Okay, got it. Because
Right?
what I was thinking that
Ah,
okay, I have
ah,
declared it as data type
ah,
integer as a global, but
ah.
when I'm using in a subroutine, can I
Correct.
as a
See,
byte?
yeah, got it. So that's what you can use it as a variant or string also. See, when you use a string also, you can store the number values, correct? So only thing
Hmm.
is number operations may become difficult,
Okay,
but
okay, got
string
it.
or variant, that's what you can do. Because the declaration, as you see, right, watch window we have seen, no?
Hmm.
So declaration has to be initially because it has to allocate memory, right?
Hmm.
So that's why it has to be at the beginning. As soon as I declare another variable, if I'm running some procedure, it will reset,
Hmm.
correct? Because it has to this one allocate
Basically, my concern was to whether it is allowed to typecast the variable.
I got your point. I got your point.
That it is a integer type
Ha
there
ha
as
ha
a global, but
ha ha
once it becomes the
ha
local
ha
to any subroutine, can I
ha
make it
ha.
byte there?
Oh, okay.
So I
I
was
got
looking
it.
for the typecasting.
Yeah, I got it. I think it's not there. 90% I am thinking it's not there. Let me
Okay.
also see that. Okay, but the alternative is variant is always there. So
Mm-hmm.
always there, yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the scope of the this one
Very well.
variable. Okay. So we have to be careful, but try to give different names so that we will not get confused. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is always the programmer's headache generally. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So too many variables and all those things. Okay. Now let us do something interesting. So now we have, let us take something else. This data set we are done with this. So let me remove this. And here, right? Here there is certain value sales. Okay, certain sales is there, but I want to understand top three sales.
Okay.
Okay, so that is my problem statement. I want to understand which are top three sales in this data set, top three or top five, whatever. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
top. Okay. So any loop we can use. Let's use do only because we are just doing a do loop. Correct. We are doing the do
Mm-hmm.
loop. Let's do the do loop. Okay. So what logic or what kind of thing? What you are thinking now?
The top three.
Yeah.
So, see, for the top three, normally what we do, we get the max. and then we exclude the max and then again get the max. So can be a kind of loop.
But how do you implement that? That's correct. That's a good logic, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. Good logic. But how do you do that? Let us say my max, right? My max is somewhat this one, maybe 62,000, correct?
Mhm.
This seems to be max.
Mhm.
So I have to find out this and then I have to exclude this. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Correct? I have to exclude that 62,000. 62,000 is the last value. I have to exclude this. Again, I have to find out max here. Maybe 51,000 something is a max. Again, if you come here, 50, and this I have to exclude. Again, I have to exclude this. This is what you're saying.
Yes.
Correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Basically, it's include. That's okay. Right? So, include. This is the non top three. Correct. My problem is reverse of that. I want to include top three, exclude or include or exclude, whatever, highlight basically. Okay, highlight top three. But I think I kind of give a clue here. That's the easy way I feel. I kind of give a clue here by doing this. What do you think?
So see, I will take a loop for the particular current region D to D, and I will try to get the max of it. So whatever the max, that max will be searched. So I will get that one. Okay. Next time, once it comes, I need to exclude that part and then try to find out the max.
Okay. Try to find out the max. No, you will get to know. You will get to know the max when it reaches only, right? How do you get to know the second max? That's what my question is. It means every record you loop and find out the max. That's what you're saying, correct? Is it? Okay, okay, okay. So you will have a loop. You will store the variable that max. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Got it. That becomes too complicated, but.
Okay, so how we can go?
Okay. So I mean, one way is that way, max, but you can try that. Not a problem. Let us do that. I will tell like how to find the max. Your way of finding max is not correct. So you can do that maybe. Only thing is correction is way of finding the max. That what you can do is yesterday we have seen one worksheet function, correct? So let us try that. Do until this one top three. Okay, so let this be. Okay. So we have seen a function application dot worksheet function, right? Worksheet function dot max. Okay, so we give a range here. Okay, range of what I need, that D1 I think, or D2. D2 is good enough. D2 to D16 or 17, something like that. Okay, and D2 I have not given. So what happened? So max of range of what is wrong here? This is 1 second. Range of
D2 after that double quote is required.
Oh, no, this
additional is there.
Correct. Okay, fine. That's it. Okay, so this is what it is, right? So let us see what it gives, right? Let's see what it gives. F8, F8. So it gave me this one. Okay, so this is like your logic. For your logic, this will help to a certain extent. At least first max we got. Now we have to apply logic to get the second max and third max, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's definitely good logic. I don't have any this one. But there should be other way of doing it, a better way of doing it. Always we have to see what's a better way of doing it, right? So the better of doing it is using first, that's why I showed you this. So this, if you see, it is sorted already. I thought you will get that thing.
Okay, sorting. Okay, got it.
Correct. So if you
Mm.
sort it by
Mm.
descending, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
By descending, if I sort, I know this is at the top three. Correct.
Correct.
So I have to loop only 3 times. That's it. That's done. My logic is done. Right. Loop whatever top three you want, top four you want, whatever you want. You can
Got
right?
it.
So the first thing is we have to apply the sort here. That's it. Okay. Once you
Mm.
apply the sort, we are good. Okay. So let
Okay.
us see how to apply the sort. That's all we need to understand how to apply the
Mm.
sort. I think you can do it. Is this is bit of kind of too many variables, too many parameters, and all there.
But
So
one thing is,
ah
see,
ah ah
currently we have used the sorting from the D column, whatever at the top.
ah
But
ah
there is an option that is in the right side. If you go to
ah
the worksheet, can you
ah
please highlight the worksheet?
ah 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 ah
Yep.
ah
Sort and filter. Suppose
ah
if we select the elements of the column D
ah
from D2 to D16,
ah
and then we apply, then it sometimes it give a prompt to change the
expand
range,
expand
expand the range.
correct.
So whether that we are going to consider that part also, that if we sort it, other
Uh,
elements would be also sorted
yeah,
accordingly.
yeah, yeah. See that's what makes sense generally. Okay.
Okay.
So I think I don't know what is the use case to sort only this. I'm not sure
Mm.
whether that type of thing is done in the world because
Mm.
this has to be attached to Srinivasa. If this is attached to someone
Yes.
else, the data is wrong according to me.
Yes.
Correct. So the
Mm.
sorting has to be applied across this data set.
Yeah,
Correct.
the entire current region.
Entire data set. But I don't know whether there's a use case to sort this, not sort other columns.
No, that will not be helpful.
That right. So we will go with that only. This sort.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So this
Okay.
whole data set sort. Okay. Now,
Okay.
yeah, it's a simple one. Only what I was telling is, if it is not behaving as you expect, then you can record a macro and just see how it is
Mm.
sorting. That's all. That is always there. It's like Google. Record macro
Okay.
is like Google. You can
Okay.
always do that. Okay.
Mm.
So here, what we are going to do is we are going to make use of our range guy, range friend, right?
Mm.
So let us stop this. Okay. So the uh, range of, let us give the whole range, or we can do one more thing, a range of A1 dot current region, so that
Current
you don't
region.
have to worry about how many things are there and all this. Suppose one more row gets added, then you don't have to worry about this, correct?
Mm.
So current region, right? Then
Mm.
what we are trying to do, we are trying to do the sorting, correct? Let us see
Sorting.
whether there is a sort. Yeah, there is a sort function. Okay, so there is a sort function. Let us see what it's expecting. Okay, so it's
Mm.
expecting something like key. Key is a word from the database you can think of.
Mm.
Okay, it's a key, foreign key, primary key, that kind of thing. I think, correct? That's why they use. There's no other reason why they're using key. I'm not sure. Okay, so
Mm.
the key is nothing but your column. Okay,
Okay.
so which column you are considering
Mm.
for the sort? So I have selected already range. Now
Mm.
it's like this. So I have selected this range. Okay, now I am going to sort by this column, column D, right? So
Yes.
when I do this, Excel is automatic. Excel has already applied that it has to consider the range. Okay, so when I do
Mm.
this, it's considering whole range. You can see some fraction of second it's selecting whole thing. If you
Mm.
observe closely, right, what it's doing, see,
Mm.
it is selecting whole thing and doing the sort. You are able
Mm.
to see.
Yes.
So even though I selected D, it is selecting the whole thing. Okay, that's how it's able to do the sorting properly. Okay,
Mm.
all right. So now coming back, sort. Okay, so I have selected the range, required range already, and I'm going to sort by which column, right? Sort by
Yes.
which column? That's what I have to give. So sort by the column. So column is D1, isn't it? So I
Mm.
will give key 1 is equal to range of D1 to D or D1 is good enough, I think. So yeah, range of D1 I'll give. D1 should be good enough. Range of D1. Okay. Then comma, right? Because I need to give only one cell. That's all it requires. Okay. Then I have to give what sort order, something like sort order, right? What happened here? Still, it's in the range or something. Okay. Key is equal to I not given. Okay. So whenever you are giving, you have to give this one colon. So now it should keep. Okay. So now next one is XLS sort order, right? XLS sort order. XLS sort order is equal to ascending or descending. What exactly you need, right? Excel sort order. Okay. Excel sort order is equal to, right? Again, I can give this also, I think. So here it's prompting here. Okay, you don't have to remember all these things. Okay, so oh no, sorry, what I did, order one, sorry, not XLS orders. Order one is equal to Excel ascending or descending. It has to prompt. That's what I was waiting for. It has to prompt here. Okay. So here, let me open this again. Okay. So the first one is key one. Okay. After key one, if you give comma, right? If you give comma here, right? It is giving this one. Order one. I took this one by mistake. So order one actually. Okay. So order one. So is equal to XLS descending. Okay. Now if you have another column, you can do that key 2. You can do another this one and press key 2. Okay. So key 2 is equal to what? Like that you can do. So right now I'm happy with only one column. Okay. So my current problem is to sort by that D column. That's all I know. So I'm okay with that. But only thing is I have a header column. Correct. The first one is a header, isn't it? So there is an option here, header. Okay. So for header, yes or no, you have to give XLS or XL no. Okay. So what I can do is XLS descending is done, comma, right? Header GADR is equal to XLS. I have a header. Okay, so what I was telling is if it's too much, you can always do this thing. What happened here? Something is wrong. Order one. Okay, 1 second. Let me go. Come back. Key one I have given. That looks good. Then order one. That also looks good. Okay. Now header. Okay, header also looks good. Is there any bracket missing or something? Okay, I have to do this one. Okay, expected equal to, that's all it's saying. Okay, so this returns what sorting, right? Sorting may return something true or false, I think. Okay, so I have to declare some variable. Sorry. And then, let me just declare its variant. It's returning something, so that's right. I think it's returning true or false mostly. Okay, so let us do this and see. Excel descending I have done. As right now it is ascending order. You can see, correct. Column D I have given. Yes, I have given column D, and range. Everything is fine. Looks fine. And this let me move. Or let me move this whole thing up so that. Okay, able to see now. Because there was not much space. All right. Okay, now it looks good. It will just run, nothing will happen. There's nothing to watch as such. So let us see. Able to see?
Yes.
Ascending, and now it's a descending. So let us change this to ascending. Excel S ascending. Excel ascending, not XLS. Excel ascending. Okay. So now it should reverse this whole thing. Okay. Excel ascending. Okay. Did not 25, 25, 29, 32. Okay. 62 is the last one. So our problem statement is a descending one. Correct. So descending one. So that's what we'll keep it. And now we will go for a do loop. Okay. So do this one is do while this is less than or equal to 3, right? So let us declare a variable, start with 1, okay? Start with 1 and we'll have a do while loop, right? Do while do is less than or equal to 3, right? Till it becomes, that's what I'm doing. Do while, right? Loop, right? All right. Now I have to this one increase here. Increase by 1. That's the first thing. And I want to highlight, right? For highlighting, what we should do, I think we have done that in one of the classes. Range. I have to apply some color, correct?
Yes.
That's right. Do you remember by chance?
Yes. Index.
Color index.
Yes.
Other one, range of, now I will give the D, correct? D, isn't it? So range of D and this one and this one into do plus 1 because I have
Plus
started
1
with
plus
this one, right? Into 2 plus 1 and we have something called interior dot color, interior, right? So interior dot color, okay, is equal to, let us do VB green or something like that. Okay, all right. So interior dot color is equal to VB green. Let us see how it works. So do while looks fine to you.
Yes. So first we did the sorting. Now we are trying to highlight for first 3 elements.
Correct,
and first 3 element start from D2. That's why in do we are adding 1. Then interior dot color equal to VB green, whatever is saying. So it will highlight it in green.
Correct, correct. Okay. All right. Let us see how it works. So let us do this first. F8, 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 F8. Sorting is done. So now int 2 is 1 only, right? 1 only. So this one, okay. Object dot this one field. Range method of interior dot color. Range of.
Yeah, D column. That will not be D column. Only D. D1, D2, like that we have to give. So colon is not required.
This is not required. Sorry. Okay. That's a mistake. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Done? Yep. Okay, this is how. So this is how we may have to think a little bit and come up with the logic. Of course, that will work. Definitely, it will work. The max.
No. This is the correct one because initially see that what are the resources I have. I was trying looking on that, but VBA has given us the capability to sort with the function. So this is really a good one.
Yeah.
And ascending, descending depends that what we want to find, the max or mean.
Correct. So since we have not done this, I think you are not able to think. Now you will think on this terms, right? Yes. So sort and this one. Okay. So you can do the top 3, bottom 3, all those things you can do. Okay. So top 3 and bottom 3, all those things we can do. So let us do some more dynamic now. Okay. Let us see some more dynamic. So I have a user. who will give me the number top 3 or top 5 or top 10. He will change the mind again and again, and he will give me the input. Okay, so that person is going to input. Depending on that input, I have to change this dynamically. Okay,
Correct.
so that let us see how to do that. That is simple one, nothing to worry. Right, so I have to receive a input from the user. Correct. That's what I am saying. Correct. I have to receive input from user. So let us see how to receive the input. So I have, let me do this. Okay. I'm just trying to optimize here. Okay. So I'm just trying to optimize. So I have a function called input box, like message box. I have a function called input box. Okay. So input box provide top sales, whatever. How do you prompt user? Provide a number. Okay, so here user will give 1, 2, 3, 10, whatever it is, correct? So I will take this variable. No, I have to declare another variable. It won't work. I thought I will do with only one variable. Int top. Okay, so it has to be within the bracket. Now, what it does is it will pop up a input box like message box. It will pop up a input box. Okay, uh, so there the user will provide the what is top 3 or top 5, whatever it is. So what I have to do is I have to loop till that point. Now instead of hard coding this, so I will bring this guy here in top. Okay. So if I do this, I will be able to make this dynamic now, very dynamic. Okay. So let us do this in top. Now I have to give, instead of top 3, I'll give 5 now. Okay. I'll give 5 and I'll say okay. Okay. And let us see what it does. All right. So it gave me 5. So like this, you can give any number now, right? As long as it's within this range, you are able to do that. If you want still control, right? It shouldn't go above this or something. Then you can check the row count. So this number shouldn't be greater than this row count.
Yes, and then the message would prompt. Okay, one thing. Here we are using two variables, correct? One variable int top, which we are taking from the user, and another one is int do.
Correct.
And int do is nothing it is doing, it is just +1 and then it is going. So can we make it the for loop? Because we know that the for loop will start from our whatever we want.
Correct. We can do that.
We can reduce one variable.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's a good thinking. Since I am, that's what I was thinking. Shall I go with one variable? But I have to compare, no? So I have to compare. That's why I needed two variables.
No, it's okay. we don't need to change the
Correct.
Just a question.
Correct.
I will make the changes.
Correct. Yeah. Since I already had a do loop, I am trying to make it.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how we can do now. I was thinking one more variation. One more variation could be right. So let us see. It may receive some number also. Number I thought. Okay. Excel ascending. Okay. Excel ascending and Excel descending. Okay. So I can declare one more variable, okay, to get from user to get bottom 3 or this one. What is that? Top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that again I can make it dynamic here. So probably I'll declare one more variable. We can optimize this. I'm not
Yes, yes.
thinking this one, ascending or descending, something like this. Okay, as a string I will do as a string. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what I will do is I will take right now I'll take only one variable. Let us see int top and probably ascending descending, something like this. Top, ascending descending. So first I will receive this one. Okay, provide a number for top or bottom
Mm.
bottom sales. Okay, so what you have to do is here you have to prompt top is equal to 1 and bottom bottom is equal to 2, something like this. So for the user you have to tell what is the input they have to give. Okay, for the top let them give 1 and bottom let them give 2. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
now what I will do is after this point, right, what I will do is if this one, right, if oh no, after this point only, if top is equal to 1, then I have declared one more variable now here.
Mm-hmm.
This one is equal to, I will assign it as Excel. I think there is a number also, but let us see. Excel ascending, else Excel descending,
Okay.
DS. Right, something wrong. Looks fine.
Looks good.
So this string one, I will give it here. I think it should take. If it doesn't take, let us see what to do. I think it should take. Okay. So
Mm.
this, let us see. Now what I am done, I am trying to optimize this. So here I have to give this guy into top. Correct. That's only place, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's only place. So what I'm doing is I am reusing this variable. First I am getting the this one ascending descending. Then the same variable I am getting top three and all. Okay, so let us see how it works. Wait, let us remove this first. Format and clear the this one. F8. Okay, input box. First is, so here I am prompting user. Okay, top is equal to 1 and bottom is equal to 3. So top we have done. Let us do bottom. Okay, bottom let us do. And so let us see here in top is done. So this F8. So oh, one is for bottom. Okay, two is descending. I did reverse, huh?
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Correct.
Descending it's doing, no?
Mm.
So bottom is, I thought I will do the other way. Ascending, I thought I'll do ascending. So let's take this way. Top is as descending, no? Always.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So ascending. Let us do ascending. That's what I said. So let it be ascending. Okay. So now the string is 1. Okay, it has assigned 1. Huh? Okay, that's what I was thinking. It will assign 1 or 2. Okay, so descending is 2 and ascending is 1. I can change it to integer actually. Okay, so let us
Okay.
do this. Okay, now top 3 cells, correct? So top 3 will do. This is not top actually. This I have to do change the prompt. I have to change. This is bottom 3 now. Okay, bottom 3. So it did do is 1. That is perfect. And let us do this. Let us see. Yeah, it has taken 1. Let us see. Yeah, it has done. Okay. All right. Now it should work. Now that should.
Mm.
I was just thinking since I given a string whether it will take or not. Okay, that's all I was checking. Okay, so this need not be string as such. This could be integer. Okay, this can be integer also. That also should work actually. and let us do 1. Yeah, it is taking now. So, okay, so now I am able to highlight top 5 and bottom 3. Okay, both of them I am able to highlight. If you want to highlight top in a different color and bottom in a different color, what we can do?
Then we have to put another if.
Ah, correct. We have to put another here, right? Before this, we have to have another if. If
If.
my this one string ascending descending is 2, then put it in a red color or something. Okay.
Yes.
So that is a full-fledged program now. Okay. This is a full-fledged program. If this equal to 2, correct? It's equal to 2, then there's something else is this part. Oops, red.
Red.
Red. Okay, will be red. So now what it will do for the bottom, it will highlight in red, and top it will highlight in this one. So let us remove this first and let us do top 3 and bottom 3. Right? I think this is the almost end of a good program. Okay, so F8. Oops, right. Okay, so first let us do top 3. Okay, top 3 and F8. So as descending it will do, and top 3 it will prompt. I have to 3 I'll give, and let us do. Oh, I have again done the reverse. Okay, that's okay. Logic should work fine. Right. I have given 2, is it? I given 1, nah? I given 2, is it?
What?
Top is equal to 2. Okay. Oh, okay. 2 is descending. Top is equal to 1 and bottom is equal to 3. Okay, that's okay. F8. Now again I'll run this, right? F8. So bottom is 2. I gave 2, I thought. Okay. That time I gave 1. Okay, ascending. Okay, this is fine. And 3, right? Okay. The logic is reverse. That's it actually. Okay. That's all. Okay. So we got, again I'm running, so no need. So this is how you can highlight. I think this has to be 1, and then it should be fine. Okay, because this is how it is. All right. So bottom 3 and top 3, both we are able to highlight. This should be green, of course, unless this is cost. If it's cost, it can be this way only. Okay. Since it's sales, good sales, you want to highlight in green, and not so good in the green. Okay. So this is how you can control. Still, you can optimize, as you said, with the for loop. We can optimize and see how we can do this. Okay. So looping is very good and interesting. Of course, this is a real programmer's world. All others are okay, actually. Okay, this is the real programmers where they can control and do whatever wonders, right? So similar to any other programming language, you can do a lot of things here. Okay. So you can also do this. I think this you can do some variation and see.
Yes, I will do the practice on that, and I
Okay.
will come up with the questions if I face any difficulty. And definitely, I have a couple of days, so definitely I will come up with 1 or 2 questions,
And
whatever
that's
I
okay, not
face.
a problem. You can WhatsApp also. in case.
No, I will not. I will not disturb in that way.
No, that's okay. That's okay. If I find time, I will respond. Not a problem. Okay.
Ramakrishna, where you work? Which organization?
I used to work in Emphasis. I just took a break right now.
Oh, you took
Last,
a break.
last company was. That's why I'm free, a bit free rather. I'm doing training, other Power BI and another VB also I'm doing. I'll try to combine both of you maybe if possible next week.
So you are doing the training for VBA and Power BI.
I'm doing Excel advanced also, and
Okay.
I have not done. I have done Agile coach. I can do, and Scrum Master I have done quite a few trainings. Scrum Master, not certification, but the knowledge.
Okay, for the knowledge, not for
For
the
Jira
certificate.
also I have done a couple of things. Jira I worked for about
Mm-hmm.
3 years. I have done. So
Mm-hmm.
Jira also done like quite a few. I can take most of the soft skill, but too many things I don't want to do. So that's why I'm not doing anything right now. The soft skill manager part of thing, right? So those things I'm ready, but I'm not starting anything on that. Really,
So
I'm
I
thinking.
can I request you because
Sure, sure.
whatever you said and Power BI really
Huh,
I was trying to explore yesterday. Not
huh,
much 5 to 10 minutes. I
huh, huh,
invested on that.
huh, huh, huh,
So I found it good. But if you could help me today,
huh.
about 5 to 10 minutes, the overview of that one, that how it
Now
works.
I'll take a demo. Actually, we'll
No,
do the formal
yeah,
demo.
Sir, I will request for demo, but if you could give me a little bit of the
Huh,
in
huh,
and out about the
huh.
market, how the market works,
Oh, that way you're saying.
that
Okay,
way,
okay,
that way.
okay, 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 okay. That I can do. Not a problem. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
so if you could give me today
Yeah,
five
yeah,
ten minutes so that I
yeah,
can
yeah,
also
yeah,
utilize
yeah,
my time in a weekend,
yeah,
and if it
yeah. Sure,
works,
sure.
we will go for that. So
Yeah,
if you
sure,
could,
sure, 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 sure. Not a problem. Not a problem.
so
Okay.
I will request you that okay, VBA I will do it today the practice. So for today
Now,
it's okay.
uh,
So remaining 10 minutes, if you could give me some overview
oh,
of
okay, okay,
the
okay,
Power
okay.
BI.
Oh, okay, okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'll just start this 1 second. This is good enough, no? Do
Yeah.
while, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will just describe the error part. Just
Mm-hmm.
describe the error part, and we'll take up just 5 minutes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two, three types of errors in this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is as soon as you enter something, right? Enter something, probably instead of integer, right? You type something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is not giving, but okay, it's running. That's why. No, it's not running. No, it's not running. Okay. So one is this one maybe, right? Input box. So as soon as I type, it's giving me red. Right? This is
Mm-hmm.
basically the syntax error kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Syntax is a problem. Correct. It highlights in the red. It doesn't allow to compile. The
Mm-hmm.
first is it's checking the syntax, whether the
Mm-hmm.
code is adhering to the syntax. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If the syntax itself is wrong, then it comes up with the red thing, right? Syntax error. Then the second part is the compile error, right? So compile error is, I think here also it's a good example. So when I try to run on the, it's giving the error. Okay, it's not able to understand because of the while initializing, it's finding a issue, right? So if I run here, it is running fine now, right? And this one, if I do this, right, while compiling only, it's finding. This is called compilation error. Okay, compilation
Mm-hmm.
error. And here also, I think end if will not see end if, right? So if I miss end if, it's not able to identify. Red is not there. You don't see red. But if I run here, see end if is missing. Block if without end if. Correct?
Okay.
So this is a compiler. So that's why, as a best practice, what I do is as soon as I write do, I will end. You have noticed, right? As soon as I write do, I will write a loop so that I won't miss that. As soon as I write if, I write an end if. Even though it
Mm-hmm.
gives red, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind because I don't miss that end loop. If I am
Mm-hmm.
having too many loops, then I will go mad where I have to end and all this. So that's the best
Mm-hmm.
practice. As soon as you write if, you write end if. As soon as I do, write a loop. Okay.
Correct.
So that way you don't miss that. because VBA is unable to identify. So if I don't write loop, right, it doesn't mind. It's not giving me any rate. But while doing this, do without loop. If this is a big code, then you have to scratch your head where it's missing. Correct. So that's why it's always best practice to do that way. Okay, this is called compilation error. So some of the errors will pop up only during the compilation. Okay, then the last type of error is a runtime error. I think we just simulated, right? So if I do this and if I cancel this, it's saying type mismatch because that I didn't give the input, correct? So it is expecting the input and I didn't give the input. So it is confused now. Okay, it's confused. So that's why it's see this one, I didn't give the input, correct? So it's a runtime error. Another type of runtime error is probably this one, right? If I do this, integer 2 is equal to integer 2 divided by 0. Okay, divided by 0 if I do, right? So if I do this, it is asking me input. Let me give some input. Okay, so as soon as I do this, so overflow error, correct? So overflow error, this is another type. This is again, this is called runtime error. While running only, it's getting this. Now if I do integer do as byte, and if I try to assign this 257, 255 is a limit, correct? Byte is 255, correct? So if I do this again, correct? I'll give 1, and if I come here, it's also overflow error, right? This type of error can occur. This will have to be careful. So this is programmer's issue. This is nothing to do with the VBA. These are all programmers issue. Runtime error is generally the programming issue. Okay, so you'll have to be handle. You have to handle those kind of error. You have to handle kind of. So there is one easy mechanism which I don't suggest generally. Okay, so what you can do is on error. Okay, resume next. In the sense, what it says is, if at all there is any error, just escape from that error. Go to
ignore and continue the
ignore and go to next line. Okay, so this is the way you can kind of handle those kind of scenario, right? So let me come here, right? So now let me run this and give 1, and definitely this is an error, right? Definitely, because 257 I declared as a byte, right? So now it's not giving the error. It's going to the next line. This is basically you are not at all handling the error. In Java you call, right? Handle the error. Throw and whatever is the throw block and catch block, something is there.
Try catch and throw.
Try catch, sorry, try catch, not throw. Throw the error, try and catch. So like that you have to handle the error and you have to do that. Okay. So probably we'll continue that part tomorrow, but this is what it is. There are 3 types of error: syntax, compile, and runtime. Okay, syntax, don't have to worry because Excel itself will not. Compile also, it's good because you will definitely test it. Correct? The code definitely, before sending it to the users or sharing with others, you will definitely test it. So both types are good. Good as in you will definitely handle it. Whereas runtime is something the programmers area, right? The programmers or developers, they will have to think of the scenarios, all the scenarios, and handle. Okay, and if there is a division, for example, always try to see that divided by 0, that today it may not be there but tomorrow it may come. Correct? Today my data is good, division by 0 is not at all a case, but whenever there is a division, it's always best to handle that divide by 0 error. Okay, handle that and have a block of code to handle that error. Okay, so this is basically error handling. We'll continue a little bit, not tomorrow, Monday, right? Monday we'll continue a little bit. Okay, all right, this is all for today. Let us save this. If you need this code, let me know. Right now you practice, I don't share, but I think I have kept all the history and everything is there almost. Okay. So if you need, I can share this, not a problem. Alright.
Not today, but
Yeah, later. If you,
yeah.
now you practice. That's what I
Mm.
was saying.
Yeah, so from Monday, once we will start, then you
Ah.
can say that one.
Correct.
Weekend I will try
Then
the one.
a different topic. Correct. Yeah.